This is for people with achy, sore bodies. And if you have an achy, sore body, it's right at the point where it's almost boiling over. We want to think about it like everything's at a high simmer. If you have a really achy, sore body, so we want to have somatics to settle things down. Don't go into any pain or discomfort in these movements. You're teaching your nervous system out of the tension habit. The brain will not learn well if it's distracted by pain. Do not increase your pain in any way with these movements. This is just a YouTube video. So we're trying to move safely. We're trying to see how gentle can we go. Find plenty of pillow. If you need a lot of pillow under the head, I encourage you to do that. Okay, just so your back can be relaxed, plenty of pillow. Pillow under the knees, that can be helpful. And find an easy place for your hands. It might be hands are on the floor, it could be hands on your chest, it could be hands, I occasionally like hands on the bones at the front of the hips. It's sort of protruding bony place, if that makes sense for you. So, we're just lying here. We're assessing the ease that we're in. Compare the two sides. Is one side quieter than the other? Is one side more at ease than the other? Okay, is your back resting? And just sort of check out the high idle of the whole system. Find one back pocket. I'm finding my left back pocket on the floor. Bring the awareness to the back of the right shoulder, the opposite shoulder. Can left back pocket and right shoulder push into the mat? Just gently. A little bridge occurs between the two. Okay, connect the dots. Soft, 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 soft. Okay. Lower down out of that, easy. 3, 2, 1. Again, what's the softest? Come 1/3 of a step into it. Left back pocket, back of right shoulder, pushes into the mat. They ever so slightly pull toward each other. Softly pulling together gently. Just connect the dots the softest way. Coming out of it carefully. 3, 2, 1. Let that be soft. Compare the diagonals of the back. Back of right hip, right back pocket, and back of left shoulder. They pull together against the mat gently. Maybe the back is arching softly. Pull them together, connect the dots. Coming out of it. 3, 2. Pay attention to this last third step. 1. Softly let that go, all the way gone. Again, back of right hip, back of left shoulder, pulling together the softest. Really, is it just that last step that we just did? Look at how your body's bracing to hold this, coming out of it carefully. 3, 2, 1. Left front pocket, front of right shoulder, pull together. Just softly. Can they at least pull toward each other gently? Left front pocket, front of right shoulder, coming out of that. 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Let that go. Coming into it, the last step. Repeat. Front left pocket, front of right shoulder, softly. How softly can you press into the mat? Where are you pushing into the mat to find the front? Coming out of that, 3 intentional steps down. Control it. 3, 2, and a pause. Carefully. 1, let that go. Gently. Front of right hip pulls through the body toward front of left shoulder. Gentle, come into it. Fill in the dots. Find a little in the upper half, a little bit in the lower half. Look at how the body braces. Letting that go carefully. 3, 2, 1. Letting that rest. Go back into it, that last step, softly, which activates first? Front of shoulder pulls toward hip, or does hip pull toward front of shoulder? Find the connection, add where you need to add. Fill in the gaps, just softly. Find the bracing, find the hardness, find your strength to hold that place and that position. Come out of it softly. 3, 2, softening to 1, let it completely go. Just letting it go. Okay. Fly through that diagonal with your attention and your awareness from shoulder to hip. Consider the other diagonal. Compare the two diagonals. Look carefully. Can you fly through that diagonal of the front? From right shoulder all the way to left hip. Look at that. Know that line. See how it's connected. Bring your awareness to the other diagonal. From front of left shoulder to front of right hip. Fly through that line. Is it as clear? Scan through the body. Compare and contrast. What's the place that still has discomfort or is not at ease, really? There's discomfort, yes, that's the boiling over, but the level of ease is what we want to tune into. What place is not at ease and what place is at ease? What's the difference between those places? Compare and contrast. Let the breathing be automatic and anywhere. Just give your body permission to breathe. Is your nervous system more calm? Is your mind less restless? Are you surrendered to gravity? Where could you let it go a little bit more? Okay, that's where we got to go in the future. That's where we need to teach the brain how to settle down as we go forward on the path. You're on a path of healing. Don't be discouraged. Just find a way to settle it down and keep settling it down and know that you can settle your system down. Thank you very much for practicing this sequence with me. This one is another part of somatics that is really important. These super gentle sequences. In the middle of the night when you can't sleep, super gentle. Can you settle it down? Can you give your system a rest? It's okay to rest. That's what it needs to recover. I'm Eric Cooper, InspireSomatics.com. Blessings on your journey.